Listen closely. The views discussed in this podcast are solely those of the hosts. Audience discretion is advised.
And welcome back to another episode of the Winning Podcast, where we sit here and talk about a whole lot of things. And this is another video. You know what I mean, bro? Yeah.
We have to start getting more accustomed to actually like looking at the camera. And,
I know.
Interactive things.
But I just want to say we talked about doing a video or doing videos for the podcast a year ago. And we're just not making it happen. Just to kind of show you, like, I guess you just got to have goals, right? And then eventually it'll happen. It kind of falls all into place. Definitely. So I'm really happy that we're doing this. And, bro, low-key, this looks good. You know what I mean? I don't have to hold anything. I'm hearing the feedback, so I know. Come on, we're on. We're on.
No,
I'd say this is an upgrade.
I'm enjoying this, man. Like
100%.
It's way different.
But enough about all that. How you been, bro?
I've been pretty solid, man. I started yoga last week. I had my second session this week. I'm feeling way more balanced and flexible.
Balanced. Are you?
But that's pretty much it. Like that's all that's new with me since the last time we got together.
Man, honestly, how flexible are you?
I don't know. I can touch my toes, but I can't really do like the flat palm on the ground thing.
Let's be honest. Are you in the front of the class or the back of the class?
Hey, you know, the kicker of it is it's all virtual. So I don't even really have to try to hide. I can just do my own thing. But
does the instructor ever call on you?
Only when there's like the opportunity for that. So like the only thing about it is we have to keep our cameras on. So like you can't really see other people unless you like very specifically try really hard to watch other people's video, which is really weird. So the teacher just records that we're on camera the whole time, and that's how we get roll. And if you don't use your camera in class, then you have to do extra work to like you have to like write a reflection and like do some other shit. Yeah, basically to prove that you were actually doing something the whole time.
This is like a yoga Peloton.
Basically, yeah.
That's kind of fire.
Yeah.
That's kind of fire. That's not bad. But no, I mean, I feel like because I've been going back to the gym. Because before I was just kind of doing the little home workouts, trying, my best to kind of keep up with it. I would say for a minute there, I really got caught up on the 30 minutes a day, and you're good, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I personally want more out of my fitness and my kind of lifestyle, I guess. And I feel like having good health is good, right? Like, obviously having good health is good, but I feel like when you're in good health, you're able to do more. Like, you're able to move and travel and have more energy to, like, take on daily tasks.
Yeah, absolutely you are.
So, I don't know. But for me personally, because I'm a very lazy person, you know what I mean? But I want to be in the best shape of my life while being lazy, you know what I mean? Like, I want, when I'm being lazy, bro, it's like, it's okay, because if I really wanted to get up and go do this, I could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that. That's fair. I mean, the reason why I started my fitness journey back up is probably a bit more just because I stumbled across an old picture of myself that I really like.
I feel like you come around that picture. I feel like you come around that picture at least once a month.
I do.
I feel like I know exactly.
But, okay,
is it a picture of you running in track?
Yes.
That
one, and when I was blonde. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Man, when I was blonde, I was really out here because I was like, I gotta keep up with the fitness as long as my hair is blonde.
Yeah, bro.
And then it faded, and so did that fitness routine, bro.
Man, nah. For as long as I've known you, every single time you go, yeah, bro, I'm about to get back on it. It's because you came across that picture. But you know what?
It's because Apple's algorithm for showing me old pictures. Like, it's their fault, truly.
I know. But I have a picture like that, too. There's a picture with the homie when we went on a date dash once. And we were standing on, like, the stairs, and we took a picture, and, like, I was wearing a tank top and my arms were out. And I was like, yeesh.
Man,
every time that picture comes around,
those
I
old
go to the
college
gym
pictures are the
and
one
I
that
go
get you
hard.
every time.
Every time.
Yeah.
I was like, man, like, bro, Whew. Man. Anyway. Welcome back.
I see that shit sometimes, and I'm like, should I cut my hair too?
Nah, bro. That's in the past. But yeah, man. Welcome back to another episode. Or not even, man. Welcome back, people. Yeah, people. Yeah, we'll go with people.
Now I feel the rumbling.
Yeah. So, quick side note before we get into the next thing. Our apartment building's been rumbling, as my roommate reported.
Yeah. And we're not sure if it's just because the building, people running around, yada yada yada. They think that it's small earthquakes, and
we're not gonna go with they think.
Well, not they, collectively.
Okay,
He, the roommate, thinks that it's small earthquakes, but we were like, maybe low key you're haunted.
Exactly, just him,
just him,
just him. But right now we are kind of feeling it, so hopefully everything's fine.
Yeah.
But if not,
next week then we'll talk about it.
No, it'll be on camera.
Yeah,
that's kind of
right.
fire. So, back to what I was saying. Greetings and welcome back. I kind of wrote this out a little bit because I wanted to remind myself. But I was like, this week, we're going to talk about whose fault it is. And I also want to talk about if black people are still a token, bro.
That's a fair point.
Those are things I wrote down specifically that I was like, I don't want to forget. You know what I mean? I want to talk about those for sure. Excuse me. But first and foremost, ooh, right, I'm dying. Can we talk about people's obsession with the monarchy?
Man, it's because everybody wants, I don't know, the monarchy at least wants everybody to believe that they're capable of no wrong. And everybody else just really revels in the destruction of a reputation.
Yeah.
Nobody, as human beings and social creatures, one of the things we revel in most is probably the downfall of other people.
Yeah. Which is crazy. Because I don't think any other animals do that.
No, absolutely not. They do it directly though, by just, I don't know, attacking or just being better creatures.
That's more
hunters.
Like primal instinct.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I don't think we
need to be haters to survive.
No, not at all. But sometimes it feels nice.
Honestly. I also don't appreciate that this prince Harry down with a black guy. Because at least from the clips that I saw from that interview,
they wanted him to ask racial questions.
Yeah, I know, but here.
It's unnecessary, though.
I was looking at it, and I guess it's an interview about his memoir, right? I guess
he wrote a memoir recently that just kind of detailed his escape from the monarchy and his life.
Has
prior.
he escaped from the monarchy? Doesn't he still get? Do they get it a stipend?
No one truly escapes from the monarchy.
Who funds the monarchy? I know it's taxpayer money, but do they just get a? Who writes them a check? You know what I mean?
I don't know. It's not so much that I think that they get a check. It's more so much being in control of a lot of wealth. If for whatever reason they stopped doing the monarchy and they gave people the option, if next year they were like, all right, the queen's dead, we don't really know which one of the princes we want to succeed her because they're all kind of shite, what are we going to do? And they were like, why don't we just make it democratic? And they actually vote for one of her sons, then hey, king, whatever you are, bro. That's cool. But they would never do that. And it would be cool to see. I feel like in the next 50 to 100 years, we might see something like that. There is no reason really to have a monarchy or any of that stuff.
And they're just worth billions. They don't really...
They don't really do anything for it, but it's the thing about it is their worth is centuries of conquest. So
that's
it's
crazy,
and that's where it becomes
that's
messed
where the
up.
problem comes from. Him sitting down with a black guy to answer these questions, bro. These are not honest answers. You know what I mean? Because this man's talking about, I didn't realize how big it is.
Maybe they are honest answers. I know tons of white dudes that are I hate that I am a white person.
No.
And they they go out of their way and I hate
Prince
that
Harry,
shit.
has woken up a single day in his life.
And
Not
said,
to
"I
say
hate
he.
Maybe
Yeah.
he does.
What, bro?
He said
You cannot
that he did.
convince me that this man's ever woke. No. I get it. I might, if I was Prince Harry, I might wake up and be like, I don't really like the news being all up in my business. I hate this. Sure.
Yeah, it's like what?
Sure.
It's more along the concept of like, what do you want when you already have anything that you could ever really think of in the immediate vicinity? So it's like,
Listen.
it's the whatchamacallit. We saw it all the time in college. Privileged white people that are there on not even their own money, but definitely somebody like a direct person is paying for it. But they just have no appreciation for that. And they try to create problems for themselves.
Honestly.
Because they have no concept of like what to do with themselves.
Yeah, man. And I think that's where, because I just feel like this man is very blindsided by the aspects of an interracial relationship. You know
Maybe
what I mean?
everyone else is truly the one that's blindsided by it. Because
Okay, why are you devil's advocating for this guy right now?
I don't know. It's because I don't know. Just because a person has come from like the royal family, he's basically attempting to live the life of the
Let's dial
Buddha.
it back a second. Did you watch the interview?
No. Not
Okay,
all of
so
it.
watch the interview and come back.
All right. I
All
will.
right, because like I said, like when this questions come, it wasn't like he was like, oh, I wasn't ready and it's a lot of work. He was like, man, like I never knew the world was this bigoted. Are you serious, dog? Like you can't have that approach. Obviously,
That's fair.
we do know people who think that way, but to those people, what do you mean? You can't have that approach.
That's what I'm saying. It's like I still understand the confusion. I still understand
no
being mad at
confusion to
him.
be had.
There's
no confusion to be had. Let's clear this up right here, right now. There's no confusion to be had that the world hates black women. Like, come on. Like, and you just give us like a little history lesson about how their wealth is built on conquest. Yeah, and guess who got a whole brunt of their conquest? Black people. What do you mean you didn't know the world was going to be up in roars with a black woman in the palace? You can't have that approach. Why can't you have that approach? You have traveled the world. How much of the world have you traveled? Apparently you've killed 25 Talibans. I don't want to hear this, bro.
I mean, that's as fair as you want it to be, but like anyone is allowed to find love anywhere.
I didn't say he's not
Like-
allowed. That's not what we're talking about.
Him
He can
being,
find love wherever. He could have married whoever he wanted to.
And when I say confusion, I'm not saying the world is confused. He is the only one confused.
About
Because
what?
man, he's been sheltered. That's like, dog, if you had been born literally in a cave and you spent your whole life in that cave and then you left the cave and you went hunting and whatever the fuck else you were doing, you saw some shit and then you came back and you're like, dang, dude, I saw some stuff. You go out again and you meet somebody else and they show you something new and you're like, dog, that's new as fuck. Like, it's just, you're
I'm
just
gonna be
continuing
real
to learn
honest.
new stuff.
I'm gonna be real honest. Yeah, bro, sure. If this was Joe Schmo down the road, sure. You know what I mean? If it was you, bro, or me,
And I
or
think-
anybody we know, fine. I 100% believe that. If you're sheltered, you don't really know, like, you have to go out into the world and explore these things. But what you're not going to tell me is that one of the last monarchies in the world, when clearly, like, the wealthiest one, the one that turned the world upside down, what you're not going to tell me is that he was sheltered to the point where he had no idea how the world felt about black people. You're not telling me that.
Oh no, I don't think he had no idea. But he just had no idea the extent. Like, a lot of people don't know the extent.
I feel like
I didn't know the extent until I experienced racism firsthand.
yeah, bro, but you're not Prince Harry.
You yourself have had experiences where you were like, I didn't know that it was that bad here.
Listen,
Like, it's different
not
things in
mad at
different
him.
places.
I'm not
He
mad
just
at
didn't
him
know
for
it was that
finding-
hardcore where he was.
I'm not mad at him for finding love in black women. I get that. Come on, I get that. You can't, like you said, you can't be mad. You can't be mad about who you fall in love with. But I do think, let's be honest here. Come on, bro. Like, maybe 10 years ago, sure. But with Google, Yeah, when somebody
No,
give her
see,
that,
that's what you don't
telling
want.
me, you telling me you pull up.
You don't want him finding his information on the internet.
Yes, but like, there's just like, I don't know, bro. It's like, not even the guards in the palace kind of looked weird when you walked in with a black woman.
Everybody did, and that's what he was saying. I feel,
and I feel like he thought he was gonna get a pass. He was gonna get a pass just because he's the prince.
That he must have thought that,
and you know how crazy that is.
And he didn't, and he was like, yo, so y'all really racist then? Like, I thought that it would be cool if I brought my girl through, and they were like, no.
No, you thought we told you the stories for jokes?
Yeah.
I feel like that's legit what happened.
Exactly, and that's where I'm saying, like, you had to have known at least one white person in your life where when they introduced you to their family, like, this is my homie, they were like, uh-huh.
Man, I feel that way every time I walk into anyone's house, really, and I'm like, yeah, I'm the black guy. But you know what? Fine. I'm just saying, watch the interview, and I guess he is somebody in power. I wouldn't expect some of the answers that he was giving out, and for how, like, I don't know. PR is a great thing.
This is true.
PR is a great thing. I'm sure a lot of work went into that.
And this is an excellent segue into the next section.
Honestly.
Because we're already at 16 minutes.
So, Jared Carmichael just hosted the ADF Golden Globe Awards. He opened his monologue, and he was like, I'm doing this because I'm black. And I get it, right? He went the entire monologue explaining how, the association tried to get him to do it. Which brings us to the question of, are black people still tokens in 2023?
Absolutely.
I agree.
Especially in the wake of racial injustice, like at the legal level and all that stuff, because the world was made aware of it. And so now everybody wants to seem like they're an ally.
Yeah, that's
what
he said.
So they're like, we're an ally to this cause, and so we're going to have black people do this instead of what we would normally have a white person do. And you're like, it really never mattered who did it.
Mm-hmm.
And now you guys are actively making the choice based on a pretense that is not good.
That's exactly what he said. He was like, after they offered me the role, they were like, but we want to meet with you and tell you how we've changed. He was like, I don't care about that.
No.
Like, I'm not the person for that. And, on a side note, I do appreciate the black people who understand they do have an option. Mm-hmm. You don't have to be the leader of the movement when it comes to racial issues. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's very much so okay. Just as much as it's okay for you to want to feel like you want to change the courses of things.
Yeah.
So he did the entire monologue, and he was like, they were really trying to force this whole, like, black agenda on me, but I didn't want it. I just wanted to do the Golden Globes because they offered me $500,000.
I'm here to say, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Golden Globes. Yeah. Here's who won. See ya.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel
that's all I'm here for, man.
So I feel like, I don't know, they didn't really have to push that narrative.
I don't need to say nothing about, in the wake of George Floyd, that was like 2 years ago, bro. Like, what does that got to do about the Golden Globes today?
It's just like, I remember when they tried to come out with this documentary to, like, reinstate, like, predators and, like, sex predators and stuff like that. And they had, like, all them sex predators go on there, and then they came to find out one of those sexual predators, like, try to harass the producer of the show and all that type of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You remember?
Yeah.
So in lieu of that, Bill Cosby's going on tour.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Bill Cosby was in a recent interview, and they asked him what his plans were for the year. And, since he's out of jail and everything, he's planning on going on tour. Are you going?
Absolutely not. I cannot be associated with that.
Why are you not going to the show?
Man, like I said before we even started recording, who's going to open for him? O.J. Simpson? Like,
bro.
Come on, dog. There is just no way. And what is he going to make jokes about? Like, his life.
I mean, yeah.
And that's not something that, like, I can really be caught laughing about right now, Like, that's not okay.
I think
the only jokes about his life
I
that
think
are
they're
acceptable,
definitely taking phones that night.
Oh man, they are absolutely taking phones.
Are you drinking that night?
But I don't know if he's as old as he is, maybe he really doesn't understand how to do that. His PR team better be on it because somebody's gonna leak that.
You think he's gonna make a joke?
He's gonna make a joke about it.
That's crazy.
Because OJ does it all the time.
You think he's selling out?
Say what?
You think it's selling out?
I don't know if it's selling out. That's a hard one to.
I
That's
hate
a hard
that we
one
gotta
to navigate,
debate that. Because no, I get it.
Oh my god.
I'm not gonna say.
He better have that because that's what I'm saying. His team better be great.
Let's be honest.
His team better be great because if his team is great, they'll sell it out.
He got out on the technicality. Netflix is picking up the rights. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh my god.
Because they're gonna be like, hey, allegedly. you know they're gonna say that.
Where is the Netflix O.J. Simpson documentary? I want that.
Same thing. They go,
want
hey,
that.
allegedly.
Allegedly.
So I feel like Netflix is probably gonna pick it up. I'm not gonna say I might not watch the trailer when it drops on Netflix,
I'll watch the trailer.
but I'm not gonna go.
But I'm not
and
gonna
see
watch it.
Yeah.
I can't be supporting that one.
You think any venues are actually gonna let him do this?
It really depends on where. So like, he will get booked in the South.
You think so?
He will absolutely get booked in the South.
Oh, so this man's
He'll
like
get-
he's 80 something, bro. Like,
He'll get booked in Texas. He'll get booked in Mississippi. He'll get booked in Georgia.
these are very specific states.
Very specific.
I'm not gonna
states.
lie.
He might even get booked in Florida.
I will say Mississippi is one of those states. I don't really know what goes on in Mississippi, but whatever you tell me is happening in Mississippi, I will believe it.
Yep.
No matter what. You could tell me somebody's just running around doing bro, UFOs.
You could
I'd
you
believe
could
it.
tell me that on Thursday snakes rain from the sky, and I'd be like, that makes sense.
In Mississippi.
yeah,
'Cause what-
just in Mississippi. And you're like, as soon as you reach the state line, it stops.
Exactly. But okay, so here's my thing. That's the last thing I'm going to bring up on this. Bill Cosby gets to go on tour. Okay, sure, whatever. Why is Will Smith still...
a protected token.
No, I feel like he's not a protected token.
Why is he not?
I feel because he has not been allowed the chance to... Bro, he slapped somebody on TV. Big whoop. I'm not going to lie. I feel like if this is a situation where Chris Rock is just this much of a bigger star than Will Smith and he's getting Will Smith blackballed, I might get that, sure.
He's more of a current star. I would say.
You think Chris Rock's a bigger star than Will Smith
No,
currently?
not bigger. Is just like in the direct fashion that Chris Rock is doing things in the industry right now. Will Smith is chilling. He has no need to make that kind of money right now. He'd
Will
just
Smith
be doing
just dropped
his
a
blogs.
movie recently.
What movie was? Oh yeah,
Emancipation.
Yeah,
And apparently people refuse to see it because of the Chris Rock thing still.
which is stupid because they'll go see Chris Rock do terrible comedy for 45 minutes.
Okay, I'm not going to say Chris Rock is a terrible comedian.
He's not a terrible comedian, but if they want him to talk about that, then that would be a terrible show.
Yeah, but
That's the reason why people are going to see Chris is because he got slapped.
I feel
which
like
is like a very odd reason to go see somebody.
I don't really know how I feel about because I'm not gonna lie. When we went to go see Kevin Hart, he clowned Will Smith, clearly taking a position. You know what I mean? And I don't really understand why.
He also clowned LeBron. R.I.P.
So I just feel like a part of me feels like some of the blackheads in Hollywood came together and was like, "We're not doing this with Will Smith."
Yeah.
And I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that is kind of weird. It's really just the court of public opinion, though. Like, there's a lot of people that really gave no shits about that. Like me. I'll still watch everything that he has. The only reason why I didn't watch the new movie is because it's only on Apple TV.
Yeah, man, they need to stop doing these deals. I don't know.
I'm gonna be real. There's a lot of movies coming out in the next like 6 months and that have come out in the last year that are all on Apple TV, and I'm like, 9 out of 10 Rotten Tomatoes, cool, bro. Like I will
I'm
not see
watching
it.
I'm tired of I'm not paying cable again. You know, we're not doing that.
Dude. Like
They almost had us.
I already pay for the gym. I pay for HBO. That's all. That's all I really need.
Yeah,
like those
they
two
almost
things.
have us. They almost had
And
us.
Crunchyroll. Shout out to anime.
Talking about paying for stuff, bro. Listening to my favorite podcast. I guess everybody knows him. Excuse me. So Julian in the podcast goes, for New Year's, invite this girl over. She's staying at my house. You know, we hook up on night one, and then we have plans to do this entire stuff. I guess day 3, she goes, yo, I'm about to go hang out with my girlfriends. And then we can like go to dinner later or whatever. But she's like gone for a very long time. And then eventually dinner plans never happen. And then as Julian's like leaving to go get food and come back, he catches her making out with some dude right outside his apartment. Right outside his apartment. Are you letting her stay at your house? What are you doing? How are you responding to that?
That is such an odd scenario because it really is entirely dependent on what your relationship is with this person and what your plans are.
This was like the first time of them hanging out.
The first time of them hanging out?
Yeah.
I have no qualms about kicking you the fuck out. You, if it was so easy for you to find other plans, then you can go ahead and do that. That is totally chilling.
I'm right there with you.
I have now reclaimed my Saturday night, and I am going to play video games with the boys, and we're gonna shoot fireworks in the game on New Year's and shit. If that's how you want to play it.
No, okay, so I feel that. I'm right there with you. You're not staying here.
Yeah, no.
You're not staying here. I don't care. Like, it shows like, well, I'm drunk. I don't care. Like, you're not staying here. But the Damaris on the show was trying to like really devil's advocate. She was like, she's not wrong for doing that. Like what? Like da 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 da. She's single. Da, I'm like, bro, I don't care. Like, you're gonna make plans to come stay at my house and sleep in my bed, and you're just not gonna. You know what I mean, bro?
Yeah.
Is it about to stop recording?
No, that was a phone call.
Oh. Anyway, we're gonna keep going. But I was under the same thing. You're not staying here.
No.
If you want to really hear the story, go listen to the Rory and Mal and kind of check it out that way. But also, Dana White assaults a featherweight.
Like a featherweight fighter?
No, his wife.
Oh. You're wrong for that.
I watched this video where, I don't know.
Yeah, that happened a while back. It was like a couple weeks ago. They were out at a bar party or whatever, and something whispered in everybody's ears, and then she slapped him, and then he slapped her back, and then she slapped him again, and then he went to slap her back, and then everybody jumped in and was like, "Hey,
yeah,
hey,
bro,
hey.
She was tiny compared to him."
Yeah, she is quite small. He is quite large.
How does
We're
Dana
not
White
condoning that at all?
How does Dana White get away with beating his wife on camera? But Will Smith can't protect his wife on camera?
Because Dana White is white and runs the UFC, and if anybody ever wants the UFC, then they have to keep Dana White happy. And unfortunately, a lot of other white people who have power really like the UFC. So they will protect Dana White at all costs. And Dana White, all he really had to do for everybody to be like, you know what, bro, we've all been there, ?
We've all been there
was for him to be like, yeah, you know, like me and my wife, we talked about it. Like, we're cool. I'm sorry that everybody else had to see that. That's always how it goes. And it's always a white guy. Because if a black man were to do the same thing.
No way, bro.
Do not let his wife be white and a black man does the same thing. Mm-hmm. You're going to jail, bro. Whatever job you had, it's over. It's all done for. Dunzo.
Yeah.
And if your wife is black, then they're just like, look at these niggas.
Exactly.
And it's just like, see, this is what black people do all the time. And then they start pulling up clips of you next to Christian Rock and fucking Blueface. And you're like, man.
Which, bro, that is the black couple that's
Krishan. I always say that wrong.
Yeah, whatever her name is. How much time we got left?
None, really. We got 30 seconds.
All right. We ain't gonna talk about Blueface and Krishan because we don't want them to get any more toxic than they already are. The WWE is selling to Saudi Arabia, maybe. We don't know. More on this next week. I appreciate y'all.
Another recording immediately, but we'll wrap it up.
Yeah.
We got these 30 minutes or less, Johns.
Oh yeah, we're still working with the audio and the video and everything, but appreciate you guys for checking in. It's been another episode of the Winning Podcast. We out.
We out.